toxic family members? Lego. What is a toxic family member? You know, a toxic family member could be a mom who uses a form of emotional blackmail to try to guilt or anger you, or even try to manipulate you or others to do what they want you to do. It could be an uncle who was physically abusive in the past, or the cousin who constantly criticizes your lifestyle. You know, how do you deal with that? You know, family over everything, right? That's wrong. That is so wrong. What's popping, y'all? It's Jay, your mental health baddie, here to help you protect your peace in these untherapized streets. And today we're gonna be talking about toxic family members. How do you deal with them? And you know, dealing with family can be challenging, but I'm gonna help you get through it. Here are Jay's 5 rules. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for dealing with toxic family members. And number 5 is gonna be on the worst case scenario. I mean, not the worst, but it's gonna be a worst case scenario. Number 5, so stay tuned for number 5. So number 1, y'all already shouldn't be surprised what I'm gonna say. Setting your boundaries. Set boundaries, guard your space. You know, clearly define your boundaries and communicate them assertively. Let that toxic family member know what behavior is acceptable, what isn't acceptable, and you have to be firm in enforcing your boundaries. Remember, it is okay to say no when necessary, because no is a complete sentence. No really doesn't even need any additional explanation. I said no. It's nothing else is happening after that because it's no. Your boundaries aren't what's making you lose family members. Your boundaries make you lose gaslighters, emotional abusers, needy and greedy manipulators, self-centered narcissists, and energy-draining leeches. Like, keep standing up for yourself. The ones that really are there for you will have no problem accepting and respecting your boundaries that you set. Rule number 2, practice emotional detachment. Just shrug off the drama. Just shrug it off. Shake the drama off. Just shake it off. Detaching yourself emotionally from that toxic behavior, you know, instead of just reacting with anger, because that's probably what they want you to do anyway, so they can have something else to talk about you. You know, instead of reacting with anger or frustration, just stay calm. You know, stay calm, composed. Don't let that negativity affect your emotional well-being. Again, just shake it off. Misery loves company. And you know, we're on some peace, love, light, and rainbows, and you know, living our best life energy type of vibe over here. We literally do not have time for the bullshit. We don't. So my rule of thumb is if it doesn't affect my pay, it is not going to affect my day. So just when they get started on that rah-rah, just shrug it off. Rule number 3, seek support. Talk to your tribe. You know, reach out to your supportive friends, other family members, your therapist. You know, I'm always going to advocate for y'all to get your own therapist who can provide an outside perspective, because talking to someone you trust can offer that emotional relief. You know, sometimes we just need to vent, and it can also help you kind of strategize how to handle that situation. You know, sometimes the solution can be switching up your communication style with that person, because you can't communicate the same way with everyone. Sometimes you kind of have to tailor your conversations to who you're talking to, get the desired results from said conversation. So, you know, sometimes it could just be you need to switch up how you speak with that person, or just simply listening to them and to try to figure out what the root cause of the toxicity and the negativity, where does this all stem from? Because a lot of times, you know, anger is what they call like a secondary reaction. So, you know, and not saying it's always anger, but what is the reason that we have this toxic relationship? Or if you do know the reason, if you're like, no, there is no question what the reason why I don't fool with this person is, then we'll get to that in number 5. Number 4, focus on self-care. Treat yourself. You know, prioritize your own well-being. Engage in activities that you enjoy. You know, relax and get some type of fulfillment. You know, practice your self-care routines. I'm always going to preach self-care also. Y'all, if y'all know me, y'all know self-care is life over here. So practice your self-care routines. You know, exercise, meditate, whatever, to help maintain your mental and your emotional balance. You know, surround yourself with positivity and self-love and appreciation, because again, if you can't love yourself, how can you expect anyone else to? You know, self-care isn't selfish, it's survival. To me, it's survival. It's necessary. So do what makes you happy, whether it's binge watching your favorite show, or taking a long walk, or taking a good nap, because naps are top tier too. You deserve all the good vibes. So just focus on yourself. Literally focus on you and your business. Don't worry about what anyone else has going on or what they may be saying or what the word around on the street is. Because, you know, like my mama said, they talked about Jesus, so what makes you think they won't talk about you? I'm just saying. Now remember, this next one is for your worst case scenario. Well, not the worst, but you know, if everything doesn't seem to work as far as trying to change up how you communicate with that family member or, you know, speaking with others, trying to see how you can, you know, how you can freak this conversation and try to get the best outcome. Number 5, just know when to walk away. Let them go. Just let them go. I mean, yes, they're family, but you have to let them go. You know, if the toxic behavior persists and it's negatively impacting your life, you may need to just literally either limit or completely detach yourself and do not speak or interact with that person, and avoid any situations where, if you can, avoid any situations where you will run into that family member. And or if you are in a situation or at an event, family event, function, just, we can be blood related, and if I don't fool with you for whatever reason, I can act like you're not even in the room. I don't know if that's a Scorpio thing. I don't know if it's just the previous trauma I had, but I can act like you're not even there. So now it may mean that you have reduced time that you're spending with other family members, because, you know, a lot of times family is always together. But if you have to cut off that contact, if you have to do that for yourself, you have to protect your peace and happiness. You know, distance doesn't always mean that you don't care. It actually means that you're taking care of yourself. And when you think about it, you're kind of protecting them too, because I'm not 12 anymore. You know, I'm grown. You're not finna just treat me any kind of way and expect me to just not react. Don't play with me. But anyways, your peace of mind is priceless. So if you have to completely detach from them, detach. Do not interact. Act like they don't exist. You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do for you. So like I always say, you got to do what's right for your business. I treat myself as a business. If it's not good for business, it's got to go. It doesn't matter if you're family, friend, whatever, you got to go. So remember, it's essential to prioritize your mental health and emotional health in relationships, even if they involve family members. Surround yourself with positivity and people who uplift and support and pour into you. So let me know, did this help? Have you had to have a serious conversation with a toxic family member? Did it help? Did it hurt? Do you even speak to that person? Do they just not exist in your life anymore? Let me know in the comments so we can talk about it. And if you did like this video, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, share, tell your friends, your family, whoever, the ones that you talk to. Don't send the toxic ones here. Actually, you might need to send the toxic ones over here so they can get some of this too. But please let me know in the comments again if you've ever had to deal with this. And until next time, protect your peace in these untherapized streets, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week.